Alright, haven't made a video in a while. Just been watching everything, really. Just kind of seeing why Europe is so interested in Ukraine. We need to understand why Europe would want to do that and not want America to have any involvement in a new claim to oil. For some reason, Europe thinks of themselves as the leader of the Western world, and this is not fucking true because they don't have the military to back it up, nor the balls to fucking back it up. We do. Our country fights amongst ourselves. We don't treat ourselves very well. And you think you are going to go to an agreement with a country that doesn't even get along amongst ourselves? America's tired of paying high taxes and working our lives away while everyone else seems to be living pretty fucking good. Well, we have the strongest military and we can use it. I'll volunteer. I've already tried to volunteer to serve in the United States Army. I will do it. It takes, if I have to, of course. I want my kids to have a future. I don't see why anyone would believe that Europe, United Nations, China, any of these people will have any of your interests out for you without their own. It will not happen. It never will. It never has in history. And still to this day, people think that empathy is going to lead them. Empathy doesn't lead, it destroys. The strong protect the weak. That's how it's always been. That's how it always will be. You cannot even lead a family if you're not strong enough. A woman doesn't even want to really be with a man like that. They just, even if you provide, no matter what your size is, your dick, it doesn't matter. I promise you, as long as you can protect her, as long as you're there with her and you're a man you lead, they tend to follow. And that goes with the world as well. See, China has been bluffing for so long that they will do something if America does this or that. Finally, we had to do something. Imagine that. Imagine another country having to show the other country that, well, we will still operate in our interests, whether you believe it's in your interest or not. And if you feel so strongly about it, you should send some shots. We know we're capable of, and I have no doubt that the young men of this world understand it very well too, and that we're tired of the games and we don't want to play them anymore. War isn't good. War destroys, but war also builds up the winner of the war. Whoever wins the war comes out pretty fucking nice. America we can be nice. We have been very good stewards of the world. We haven't been pressing huge sanctions or trade deficit. We haven't been sinking these boats. I would be sinking these son of a bitches. I'm sorry, but as soon as you went into my hemisphere against my fuck country, exporting oil that should be sold at a fair price, going against the World Trade Organization, which China does constantly and Russia has done, I'd sink you. We would just forget about all the going behind our back shit. You would know what would happen, and you wouldn't do it no more. You started losing massive ships that take you 10 years to build. You won't send them no more. Now we're capturing them. That is a big deal. That's a huge deal. Not only is it oil, but it's the money going, and the boat itself doesn't go back to get reloaded ever again. That is destroying Russia and China. As we speak, China and Russia will either have to start trading amongst the world again in fair trade and stop the threats, or they'll have to have a war. And that's about where everyone else is at. In Great Britain, where are you at? We've been your ally for so long. Australia, France, all these places that, yeah, you have a military, but we know we can pick at you a lot easier. We can surround your fucking hemisphere and absolutely not let anything come and go. We have 11 naval aircraft carriers. It's plenty enough. They think their war, they think that it scares people, but in reality, if you know what war does for a country, it not only makes the government give everybody new jobs and they fucking massively force open infrastructure, it's just everything goes boom because they have to have new manufacturers to keep up with the other country, and we're the only ones that aren't seeing any manufacturing pop up. So our military is really beefy if we're not even getting anxious to. So we might as well use it while we have it. China is always going to be about China. United Nations are always going to be about themselves. They're so hesitant to want to even give aid to a war that's on their borders right now. NATO's a joke. NATO needs to either dissolve and America can continue to be the delegate country, because we're the only ones that put people on the ground and make people change. So I think a lot of stuff will happen just because of the fact that a lot of countries are losing that grip on power, and you can't keep on saying things and then everyone else does a different, France, Ukraine, everybody's going to have to choose a side. And they know it now. After playing both sides for so long, America's forcing a line, and these people don't think that there's a line. And that's a dangerous time. I mean, you'll be cut off eventually from someone's eventually going to have to say, okay, well, that was the last straw. You chose the other side, so ask for their fucking empathy from now on. That's where we're at.